From disassociating to reality for years, fast forward to losing 217 pounds and using her mental health to fully be present and live each moment. Today, I have an amazing guest for you, Pop Team. Meet the amazing Tori. Tori, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Wow, what an intro. Hey, I'm blushing. Thank you so much.
Well,
Thank
that's how I felt. No, that's how I felt when you were telling me that. I always go on like, what do I feel? And then I go for it. So thank you so much.
That was right on the, you came up with that so quickly. Wordsmith.
Oh, thank you. So take me, if you don't mind, on this podcast, we like to be real. That's why I don't script anything. I like to see your questionnaire, but I didn't study it,
Right.
I want to have a conversation. So take me back to that disassociated place. Like, what do you think? Because every story has their own journey. What got you there? What got you to where you were extremely, obese as you were? What was it?
Well, so I got to my heaviest weight in 2022. And I think a lot of contributing factors is that I got pregnant during the pandemic. So 2019 and 2021 was a lot of big life event changes. I bought a house, my mother died, the pandemic, I got pregnant, all within like 18 months.
Wow.
And it was really hard to just process all the chaos at once. And then I had my daughter, beautiful pregnancy, beautiful delivery, which was great. And then I knew I had to get serious about my weight loss because I'm also BRCA1 positive, which means I have a preventative masectomy coming up. And the best way for me to have a really good outcome of reconstruction is to be at a healthier weight. So I wanted that for my daughter. I wanted that for me because she may experience this herself. So I spent the 6 months after her birth just trying to get myself ready, this and that. And instead of losing weight, I put on 50 pounds.
Wow.
And I had to sit back and realize what was happening. And I wasn't present. I was avoiding being aware of what's happening with my body. I was just so stressed from motherhood and not really processing all the chaos that happened 18 months prior. And I just sat down. I was like, this is it. I have to be serious because my daughter's going to need me and I'm going to need me. And that's when I called my general and asked for a referral.
So you got a referral for bariatric surgery from your PCP?
Yes.
Okay. It's so crazy. I just partnered up with Dr. Eric Smith from the Kentucky Bariatric Institute.
Yes.
And we were talking and he was like, only 1% of people who qualify for bariatric surgery are actually having bariatric surgery because their general surgeons, their PCP, they're not referring it at a high rate. They still have old beliefs in how it works, how successful it is. So you are like a unicorn, like it's a small percentage. So you are, girl, there's some blessings following you because a lot of times they will not recommend bariatric surgery because there's just a disconnect. We're actually creating a whole system and program to be able to educate PCPs on the power of bariatric surgery and what it can do because of this huge deficit.
That was nothing of my experience. I had such a quick and actually really uninvolved bariatric program and experience. Because March 2022 is when I made the call and I had surgery in September.
Wow.
Yeah. So and I qualified, I hit my goal weight in June. So it was a really speedy process for me. So when I hear of people who struggle to get approval or it's not even an option, or these liquid diets and whatnot, I was able to eat up until the day before. Like I went on an ice cream date with my husband.
Oh.
So I never thought that that's the unusual. I thought that was pretty standard.
So take me back to when you went to your first consultation and they told you like, what were the next steps of bariatric surgery?
When I started meeting with the bariatric team, everything was via Zoom and it was group. It was a group meeting and they were just, here's your introduction of what the bariatric process is, very basic understanding. And then we had to do monthly weigh-ins at the facility to continue our participation. And also we had to do a nutrition class, pass a psych evaluation, and meet with the surgeon. Once we've all done all those and meet your goal, surgery is scheduled.
So did you find it challenging? How did you so easily hit your goals? Like, what was the trick for you? Because just like you said, so many people have had to, extend it and things like this. What was your secret? So should I even say?
Well, for me, it was keeping consistent with watching my weight. I hit my heaviest weight was 428. And I just knew that no matter what, I would have to lose weight. So once I got my initial weigh-in with my PCP, because I know that the team was going to go by that weight, because typically they ask like a 10% off, a 10% reduction on your own. So I got that weigh-in. And while I was going through the process, I just focused on changing my perspective with food, trying to find some physical activity, slowly start the journey. Because at 428 pounds, that's hard, especially with a newborn and you're struggling with your mental health.
Girl, I had a baby in December of 2022. Okay. I had a mommy makeover in July of 2020. Got my body snatched, honey. And then I had that baby. So you imagine how I was feeling. I love my baby, but don't get me wrong. I was like, I worked hard for this body and now it's gone.
I understand. My daughter was born in August, and because I've previously lost 189 pounds in 2012 to 2014.
Wow.
And then I creeped up to 300 and I stayed there for 10 years. I got pregnant at 300 pounds. I gave birth at 375. And then I don't know what triggered, but I couldn't keep it off. I couldn't take it off. But my baby, I love you, but oh my God, I don't know what you triggered inside.
They're hungry. You're hungry.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I thought. They tell you when you're breastfeeding, you feed. And I went with that and it did not work. But so when I knew that I was going to have the gastric surgery and I knew I was going to have bariatric surgery, I just knew that it was going to be a lifestyle change. I really wanted it to work. Lifestyle change. So I started slowly, made small, consistent changes. And that's still something I practice. What I preach is it doesn't have to be full-fledged, an hour at the gym immediately, watching your calories. No, out of 5 minutes.
One thing I have loved looking at your videos is your yoga and seeing like your transition and the bike and all of that, like how you were just like exactly what you said, small, consistent changes. But like what made you I don't think that I could be like that. Maybe I could, but I don't think I could be that strong and say, it's okay. Today I'm going to do 5-10 minutes and I'm coming back tomorrow. What was your why? What was your motivation to do that? Because I can even see it in the videos. Like you're doing your little steps and you're just like, I'm going to get through this moment. And I'm just like, dang, that girl is strong.
Well, I think there's a lot of factors that help me through it. One, when I know I'm going to work out, I'm undiagnosed neurodivergent, I swear, because my attention span is so slow. And so I scheduled things in like 10 increments. So if I'm going to do 10-minute core focus, 10-minute, whatever, upper body, my bike or my yoga can be a little bit longer, but I do short focuses because that works for my brain. Learning, I was actually thinking about this today with my eating habits, that I need to accept that I may not do things like a normal pattern that you see people or society put out. And that's okay, because it works for me, which makes me successful. And that's what matters.
Yes.
So it's finding what works for you and truly trial and error, because you see me try all these different things, but I enjoy all the different activities, but also it's short time spans at a time.
I love that.
All my brain could do.
I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to try that because that makes sense.
And also, because I'm a music girl through and through, a good playlist. If I'm doing cardio, like if I'm riding my bike or if I'm walking, I have to have a good playlist. My favorite one right now is there's a ludicrous 30-minute bike ride. I've done it about 10 times and it's only been out for 2 months. I am obsessed.
I'm about to look that up.
It's so good, but I'm done. I've done 10 miles in 30 minutes without even realizing it because I'm enjoying the music.
Yeah.
If you like it, you'll do it and you'll be distracted by the fun of it. And that also helps. That's me.
So when did you start considering like skin removal surgery? When did you start looking at like, because from different people I hear, like, obviously you don't start at, 400 pounds and say, oh, I'm going to go have skin removal and body contouring. Absolutely not. So when did that shift happen for you?
I think probably when I realized that I wasn't I wasn't dropping weight anymore. You start to realize that there's life after weight loss. Because you're living in this weight loss mode for so long, but you don't realize that you do come out of it eventually. And when you do, you're like, well, what's next? What do I do next with my life? Because this is all I've been thinking about. Well, how do you want to live your life now? You have it, you lost weight. Now, what do you want? I want to be free. I feel still very stuck with the excess skin. So surgery is the next step because there's no amount of lifting that I will be able to do at this point that will shrink it back up. It's shrunk as much as that will shrink.
Absolutely.
And that's okay. That's
yeah. So you're having a preventative masectomy in like simple terms. Could you tell us like what that is and what it means?
So my preventative masectomy is that they are removing all of the breast tissue from my breasts.
Okay.
And it's going to be I'm going to have expanders put in, which will help make space for implants.
Okay.
So I'm having delayed reconstruction. So in about 6 months or so, they're going to take out the expanders and put into my implants, and I'll have new girls.
New tatas. Okay.
Yes.
And then what is Dr. Chen? Did you guys decide exactly what surgery you're going to do?
Yes. So as the free surgery that I have won, we are going to do the brachioplasty. We're going to do the upper arms. But he also feels that I'm a great candidate to have a fleur-de-lis tummy tuck. And he's offered me an amazing package for it. So I'm in the process of saving so I can do it all at one time, because otherwise I won't be doing a tummy tuck anytime ever. So then I'll have new girls, new arms, and hopefully a new belly by this time next year.
Well, just so you know, we just signed a partnership with a finance company that can help you at some amazing rates with some really great standards. So talk to Chrissy about that.
I will, definitely.
It's not like the regular medical insurance where the interest is super high. They gave us different rates and stuff like that because of our support aspect.
Right.
They allowed us to package it in a different way, and we just decided to expand it to be able to cover surgeries as well, up to like $100,000 we can finance. Yeah.
Nice. That's phenomenal for people who will intend to do like a full body.
Yeah.
So that's great. I'll definitely
talk to Chrissy. I'll tell her to talk to you too. So, okay, you had to have worked through your mind what this new Tori is gonna look like. How does that feel when you think about it?
It's actually terrifying. And let me explain, because you don't understand unless you've lived in a plus size body. I say this all the time, I've been a big girl from the womb. I was a premature 10-pound baby. All I know is heavy. And so being even at this size is so unusual for me. I've never experienced it in my entire life, and I'm almost 40 years old. So not having my upper arms, it terrifies me because it's nothing I've ever experienced. So I can mentally be excited that I have this freedom, but it's a part of me also. And there's going to be a grief that I can't really explain, but it's going to happen. And I have to just allow myself to react and hope that everyone can handle me reacting, because it's not going to be pretty. But
well, you have to feel through it. You have to. I mean, one thing, and the reason why I started the recovery systems is because when I had my mommy makeover, everything else in my life was going great. The one thing that I felt I was missing was my body, and I thought that having my body was going to change everything, but I didn't do the work up here. So I wasn't able to appreciate it the way that you should. So the fact that you're going through, and the reason why we do specific kind of coaching is because it's different than just like life therapy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like different. It's like being specific about your thoughts and being ready. I'm going through it right now because I'm having February 26th, I'm having another mommy makeover.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Getting rid of
Good
this
luck.
baby. Thank
Yes,
you.
I understand.
Yeah. So because I've been in this now for a while and seen hundreds of cases now, I'm a little nervous.
People don't really consider the post-op aspect
Right.
of waking up in a body that you don't know anymore. Physically, you may emotionally feel the same, but now like your habits and mannerisms, like I'm so used to having to accommodate for my arms.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna have phantom feelings.
Yes. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. And so you can't prepare for that until you experience it. And oddly, I'll experience that first with my mastectomy. So I'll be able to prepare myself by bit
Yes.
as they start lopping off parts of my body. Like I've never not had a belly. I've never not seen, like I felt my hip bones for the first time a few weeks ago. And I didn't realize that you could feel how they like cut forward. I blew my mind. My husband said, that's normal. I'm like, not my normal. And no, you just don't understand that unless you've lived that transition. I know bones are normal, but they feel so unusual. And you're so
because you never felt them before. So how has it been, the social aspect? Like as your people that have known you for your whole life, how have they tell me the good and the not so good, if you don't mind, just because maybe your story can resonate with someone who's listening, you know?
Well, of course you get all the congratulations. How'd you do it? You look great, blah, blah, blah. And it's how do you explain this? Because it's not that we're ungrateful. It's just that we are so much more than the weight loss. And for everyone to make it the sole focus of every conversation we first reconnect or going into a social interaction, it's like, can you ask about my day? Or like, have I been to the Arrows concert? Something. But I also understand their curiosity. So it's kind of like a catch-22. And maybe it's just because I'm really nice. I don't know. But that's hard. You don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's hard having it brought up all the time.
Yeah.
Because we're just more than that. And we don't want to always have to think about it either.
Right. So you have grown on social media. You have people that follow your story. How did that happen? How did you start to get on social media? What made you go over there?
Well, I've been on Instagram for a few years, but I've never made any huge traction. I've a little following. I'm just under 14.
Yeah, but put 14,000 people in a room, okay? That's when people say that to me, I'm like, pretty sure you sold out a concert.
I'm still just a little baby influencer. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You can't say that. I'm not going to disagree. And it was mainly me just showing how you can do yoga in a plus size body. And I still feel that way. I feel very happy and love to share modifications for yoga, being present in your body and just finding joyful movement as you sit right now. That's always been something that's been passionate of mine. But I haven't made progress. And I knew that I was starting to go through these transitions. And I asked my husband, like, I don't even want to do it anymore because I'm not connecting to a community on Instagram. And that's what I felt I only had. And he's like, go to TikTok. And I'm like, are you sure? I'm too old. He's like, just send it, just stream. And I just turned on my phone and went on my bike. I became the girl who rides her bike on the stream. Unexpected, but it's been really nice to connect with people. And it led me to winning the skin surgery that I would have never considered ever having. But I just did it to show that it's okay to be in your body. I have so many people apologize to me. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, why? What's wrong with this? And so if I can show that you can enjoy and just live your life in it, that makes me happy. And so I enjoy sharing that part.
That's amazing. Well, where can our listeners find you if they want to follow your story, see your surgery, all the different things that are happening in your life? Where can they find you?
The best place would definitely be on TikTok. I update that the most. And my name on there is I believe it's finding_Torikins. You can type in finding Torikins, all one word, and I should pop up. And there will be me in probably a yoga pose. And then you'll see all my bike pictures as well.
If you want to follow Tori, we are going to put her link on both pages in the caption of this episode so that you can go check out all the amazing things that are happening with her and her surgery journey and all the things after skin removal, because I mean, it's a whole nother world, right?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be a whole different experience. I cannot wait to share just life after weight loss. Just there's hope. And we can live it and enjoy.
Well, Tori, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me so much. It's been a great honor to meet you and just to share my journey with everyone.
You guys, make sure that you follow Finding Torikins if you want to hear more about her journey. Definitely follow her as she goes through her skin removal with Dr. Charlie Chin, as well as the Pop Squad. We're here, her support team. And if you are on your weight loss journey or your surgery journey and you just need some inspiration, follow pages like hers, pages like ours. You're not alone. You can do this. And do not compare your journey to anyone else. Yours is truly yours.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time on Pop Podcast. Thank you.